Hey, we're back again on the couch.
Back, everyone.
That's it. Welcome, and the giveaway tonight.
Is one of my favourite things.
You got a picture of it, have you?
New product.
The raspberry drops.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about them last week, where we opened up a jar, and they are really yummy. They're not.
They taste like the Sovereign Hill raspberry
They
drops.
do.
If you've tasted those
Yeah,
before,
yeah, I have. Yeah,
highly recommend.
yeah, yeah. They were really nice. Yeah, really nice.
So to win the prize this week, all
Oh,
you've
yeah.
got to do is comment how long you've been prospecting for. Whether you're a newbie, an old timer, whatever it is, we want to hear
You're
it.
calling me an old timer. Hey.
You're a veteran.
A veteran. Tonight's topics.
Yeah, so we'll go through the usual stock update, new products, topic of the night later is kind of an interesting little scenario we'll run through where
Oh yeah.
if you had just a car, $50 to your name and nothing else, what would you do to get back into prospecting? How would you work your way up?
Yeah, if you had no job, I suppose,
Yeah.
and had to rely on the gold. So yeah. The top 5 sellers.
Yes, so
Gee.
this week again we've got the Made for Muffs at the top there, number 1, the MindLab Pro Gold Painting Kit. So I think this is doing well because of Father's Day is coming up for
Oh,
gold
yeah.
kits.
You missed number 2.
No, I think you're looking at a different image there.
Okay.
Number 3, we've got the Koala Poo Chocolates. So they're still doing good after
Okay.
their introduction.
Yep.
Number 4, the GPX 6000 batteries. And then the Chris
Oh, yeah.
Scanley Volume Number 1 book.
Okay. And a question we get asked a lot: do you pay tax on gold you find in Australia? Now, if you're a hobbyist, or you find gold, there is no tax on gold. But I know our accountant said that they need to see their accountant, because if they're regularly selling, $20,000 a week,
Yeah.
that's going to push them well above the threshold, and then it's a business, so they would be paying tax. The crazy law is when we buy gold off prospectors and sell it in the shop, we have to either add the GST or absorb the 10% GST. It's just crazy law, but you can't claim the GST when you first buy the gold,
Yeah, doesn't make sense, does it?
because I know the ATO doesn't count gold nuggets as a precious metal. In their opinion, precious metal is gold bar stamp 99.9,
Yeah.
which there is no GST on them at all. Yeah, when you buy them from the mints. If you're a business or commercial, well, that's a different thing, because you're claiming depreciation on your machinery, your detectors, your fuel, whatever you can. So therefore you're selling the gold, and you do have to pay the GST.
Yeah.
Because I know we buy gold off a business, and they pay the GST for us. It's called reversal GST. But investment in gold is subject to capital gains tax when it's sold at a profit, and 50% discount if held over 12 months. But we always say, go and talk to your accountant first. Don't sell $200,000 worth of gold and then find out that the tax man wants 30% of it with his hand out. So it's just a good idea to get your own information on that.
Yep. Because this isn't financial advice, so.
That's not. Yeah.
All right, we've got a customer's find here. So this is quite
Wow.
some good-looking nuggets here. So this customer has been detecting for just over 12 months. They were inspired by their uncle who goes out, and they thought, if he can do it, well, why can't I? So these nuggets were found at near Daylesford over 3 weekends, and he was detecting an old or a freshly burnt out ground. So the biggest piece here is
11.5 grams.
Yes.
Wow, that's a few dollars, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah, multiply that by $167 or whatever the gold price is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there's a 9.5 grammer there too.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely beginner's luck.
Yeah, it's done good.
And sometimes, you know, when a prospector that doesn't know anything, sometimes they will find good gold, because I might look at the ground and say, look, there's nothing over there,
Yeah.
you know.
Not following the sheep.
Yeah,
Going.
yeah, you know.
But in saying that, he did use good skills by going to an area that has been burnt
Off.
out.
Yeah.
Not all beginners would probably think of that. So.
And you know, I'm a big fan of controlled burn offs and that, because all the grass, sticks and leaves are gone, they're burnt. So you're getting that coil a bit closer to the ground, and you're getting more depth out of the machine, which can lead to finds like this.
Yeah.
Nice gold.
So, given that Father's Day is coming up very soon, the product of the week was just highlighting our panning kits.
Okay.
So, we have 13 different varieties of panning kits in the store online.
Yeah.
So, there's plenty of different choices there. It goes from $69.95 up to a couple of $100.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect gift for beginners, seasoned prospectors, and it's a good gift just to spend some time with your dad and.
I hope you didn't buy me a panning kit.
How many you got?
Unless there's a couple of 1 ounce nuggets in there.
Bag of pay dirt, will that do?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the pay dirt. Like in our pay dirt, in the $50 bags, there's a quarter of a gram. Quarter of a gram. In the $100 bags, there's half a gram. In the 200 gram bags of pay dirt, there's 1 gram. And then the 400 gram pay dirt bags, there's 2 grams. So,
and it's quite good value for money too, these pay dirt bags.
And it's gold here from Australia, around the area. You know, it's not gold from overseas that generally has a lower purity. You know, when you test it in the XRF machine, it comes up 60% instead of 96, 98%. It's it can make a difference.
What would you say the purity of our gold is?
Look, anywhere from 96 to 98%. It's
And the pay dirt is from good ground as well.
It is.
It's not just dirt from the backyard.
No, the pay dirt may come from a mine site that's been screened, and then I sieve it to a bit better grade, or from gold fields where there might be a bit of a wash heap, and I think, gee, that looks good gravel. Throw that in there, you know. It's and then the gold is added into that pay dirt. So there's a chance that you will get more gold, but there's a guaranteed amount, you know. And I know that the gold gets put in the bags because I do it myself, and I triple check everything. So
You're a bit of a perfectionist with these things.
Okay, the tip of the week.
Oh, that's not the tip of the week. Well, the tip of the week is listen for faint iffy signals and approach from different angles. Some of the best finds sound scratchy at first.
Yeah. Got a really good example of this year on the WA tours. Someone had dug a few holes, I'd say 3 months ago, and this particular hole wasn't filled in. It was probably dug down about 6 inches because you could see the dirt on the side of the hole. And one of my customers went over it and thought there is a sound there, and she opened up the hole a bit bigger, went a bit deeper, and a 5 gram nugget popped out.
Wow.
So that comes back to experience and just being a better operator. But it happens a lot where people have got a different type of detector, you know. It's not a mine lab detector, doesn't handle the mineralisation. They get a bit of a change, dig down, and then it disappears, and they walk away, and there's still gold there. You know. And it's so important to, when you dig out a nugget out of your hole, go back over that dirt I see it time and time again.
And I think I've told you, but I found my 2-in-1 hole in WA.
Oh, yeah?
That was
Oh,
quite nice.
Yeah. So did you get a lot of iffy signals, or are they good?
Yeah, so many iffy signals.
Yeah.
Like there were a few that were closer to the top and they screamed, but a lot of iffy signals. You got to scrape back the top layer and then it gets louder, so then you know you're onto something. But
Yourself and Sam did quite well for the time you spent. How many grams did you end up with?
Was it 10 or 12 or something?
Yeah, for the time you put in.
Yeah. We did 3 days.
Yeah.
So
10 grams is, $1,600.
yeah,
So
real good.
yeah, it's wages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tour availabilities. So 2-day boot camp's still fully booked, but we do have the 3 days on the 18th of October and the 5-day tour at Talbot on the 17th of November.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, I'll pop the link in the comments actually to get to the website, but it is just on goldenrelics.com.au.
Yep. Yeah, I like Moon and Bell and I like Talbot. Talbot's been good to me over the years. But,
yeah.
Okay.
So if you're not already a part of our newsletter, we've got the QR code up on the screen or a phone number you can call, and I'll even chuck the link in the comments just so you can hear everything first there, get it in more detail. And you can also sign up here to enter your prospecting finds, enter a story, and your chance to win $50 voucher.
Yeah, look, it doesn't cost anything. It's free.
Yeah.
And we do, when something happens, we generally put it first in the newsletter, don't we?
Yeah.
And let our customers know, and then
All
it
we
goes
want to
public.
do is praise your good work and
That's it.
encourage everyone else. So,
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to Gold of the Week. What do you have here?
All right, Gold of the Week. Right, I'll just put that down there. This one here, come in. It's found up, I know a little bit about this one, found at Avoca.
Yeah.
You know it's Avoca when you see white pipe clay in it, a little bit hard to zoom in, but just a nice character nugget. And that weighed, I can't remember, but I have got the scales here. 26.74. Wasn't the one last week about 26 grams?
Yeah, I think they're very close, eh?
Well, I'll have to get the other one out and see. But yeah, just a nice pendant piece of gold. So yeah,
that'd be nice on a necklace.
it would. Yeah, yeah. It's not.
They haven't?
No. I've got to eat. You got enough gold of your own.
All right, what about the relics of the week?
The relic of the week. This is something that you shouldn't be able to find here in Australia.
Okay. Is it an arrowhead?
It's an arrowhead. It's a Roman arrowhead.
Roman.
Yeah. We had a chap from Germany stay with us many years ago, Alex. You remember Alex?
Yes,
Yeah.
Alex.
You remember Alex? And he detects a lot in Germany and that. And yeah, he bought one over for me. But yeah, very crudely made. But yeah, would have had a nasty point on it. And I'd say the wood when it went in there, the arrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, just nice. But it's marvellous what they actually find overseas. Like I saw today, someone found 2 gold sovereigns in the bush, or their forest, they call it over there.
I love the finds over in Europe. Like they go back to the BC times.
And I know, I think as we speak, there's a big detecting competition going on over there.
Is that still going? I know it was on last week. But
I'm not sure. But wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to get into a place that, gee, I suppose it's a bit like our goldfields. There's not many places over there that haven't been looked at.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rules are over there, but yeah, you might get shot if you're going into the paddocks.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's the relic of the week.
Beautiful. So I was out walking the dogs
Okay.
earlier last week, later
Yeah.
last week,
Yeah.
and I went to St George's Lake.
Oh, pretty place.
Yeah.
People that don't know where St George's Lake is, it's only about probably 5 k's out of Creswick
Yeah.
towards Melbourne. So it's on the east side of Creswick. And yeah, beautiful spot.
Yeah. So I took a little video while I was there. So I'll share that with you all. Hey guys, I'm out here walking my dogs at St George's Lake in Creswick, and I thought I'd film a quick video for you guys, because did you know you can actually pan for gold in this dam? It was built around the 50s, 60s, and the reason for it was to provide water to the Creswick State Battery, which crushed gold-bearing quartz. So there you go, a fun little fact for your Tuesday.
Okay. That was, what were your dogs' names? Patch?
You should know this.
Patch and Mallow.
Yeah.
Where was Mallow?
He's just a little shorter, so
Yeah.
he's still there.
Yeah, so Mallow is an Italian greyhound.
Yeah.
And Patch is, or was, a racing greyhound.
Yes.
Which you saved.
Yes, he was on Gumtree for free, and he looked just the exact same markings as Mallow.
Yeah.
I said to Sam, we have to get him. So we had him on trial for a week. This was last year.
Yeah.
And of course, I couldn't give him back after that 1 week trial.
Yeah, now he's got a good life. Good life. Awesome life.
His dad was Fernando Bale, for anyone who's into greyhound racing, and he's the big superstar of...
like the far lap.
Yeah, he's like the far lap of greyhounds. So they just did a big post a few weeks ago that he's retired from studying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's a nice spot, St George's Lake.
Yeah.
Did you walk around it or not?
Yeah, we walked around it, but the track that goes right along the water had all these fallen down trees over it, so we had to go up onto the road.
Yeah.
But I did notice a mine shaft up there.
The adit you're talking about.
Yeah, it went through.
Yeah, it's like a tunnel.
Yeah, a tunnel.
Yeah, I know it was blocked off. It's right on the road there.
Yeah, it doesn't look blocked off from the road, but I wonder if you go in further. So
yeah,
might have to film a video another day.
Yeah.
Maybe not with the dogs.
No, yeah. But yeah, if you ever go into tunnels or adits, it's a little bit dangerous, you know, with the gases and that, you know, or if you start moving things in there and it falls down on you, if you're not experienced, probably don't go into them. Yeah.
What's the bird they used to take in?
Canary.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Take a canary with
canary, and if the canary died, you got out of there quick. Yeah. I don't think they'd allow that nowadays.
Animal abuse. All right, so I've got a question for you, the topic of the night.
Yep.
If tomorrow you woke up and you lost your house, you had a car and $50, how would you get your money back or get back into prospecting? What would you do? Car, $50, that's all you got.
Well, firstly, I hope I've got a full tank of fuel in it, because that would cost me $100. But yeah, just say I had some fuel in the car and I had $50 and had nothing else. First thing I would probably buy is some food. You never thought of that, did you? Some food, probably some rice, because that goes a long way.
Okay.
But you can buy that cheap, you know. But the next thing is I would buy a gold pan.
Yeah.
And probably a shovel.
Yeah.
And I would I would sleep in the car.
Yeah.
I've done that before. Volkswagen Beetle, but that's another story. But yeah, I would camp in the car. You'd have a fire for warmth. You could cook your food. But panning is the cheapest way that you can get into prospecting. Yeah. Yeah. I know people are going to say on here, oh, you need a miner's right. You know, that's going to cost you $29. But there's always something, you know. Yeah. But panning for gold, look, say you went up to Slady Creek and you're in the right area, I'll say, and you started off panning and you put in 8 hours like a job, I still believe you could probably get, half a gram to a gram of gold a day.
Okay. That's a decent wage.
It's, you get $80 a day, but long as, I suppose, you're not travelling too far and you're not having counter meals every night, just look after your money. Like I always said, when things are tough, and this is what happened in the Depression in Australia, when things were tough, people were out looking for gold, and, some did all right, government were paying people to look for new sources and reefs and that. But yeah, I still believe that you could make reasonable money, but you do need to know, what to look for. You've got to have a little bit of experience in panning. And that's why so many prospectors come to Australia thinking that they were going to make a fortune, but in reality, they say that 1 in 10 made good money.
Yeah.
Because the other 9 had no experience. They were digging a hole because the neighbours were digging a hole. They were throwing the gold out. And that's why when you're detecting some mounds of dirt, you'll get more gold than the one beside it, because that person didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier on, the amount of people that will start to dig a hole on a target and walk away, and like you said, you got 2 pieces out of 1 hole.
Yeah.
But that's what I would do. And probably sleep in the car until you could get a few grams of gold.
So would you keep doing that for the rest of your life, panning with a shovel, or?
No, well, I think, look, I started off panning because when I was a teenager, I couldn't afford a metal detector, and, the next step is maybe a high banker.
Yeah.
But then if it's petrol, you've got to have the money to run the motor. If it's electric, you've got to make sure that you're charging your car battery, so you need a solar panel is probably the next step. And then from the high banker, the next step is a detector.
Yeah.
And look, you need a mine lab detector, something that's going to handle the mineralisation.
What one would you start off with?
I suppose it depends how much gold you found, but I'd probably start off with a gold monster, 1000, and find a few bits, and then get enough to buy the next machine, which is a 2300 SDC 2300.
Yeah.
And then if you had a lucky find, you go out and buy a 6000. And then it's happy days, because as you know, we, Mum and myself would go to Western Australia. You kids were, I think you learnt to crawl in the sand over there. But that's what we did. We would spend 15 weeks over there detecting. Mum would watch the kids, yourself and that. And, I'd go off prospecting, and I would put in 8 hours a day, if not more some days. And I generally worked for 6 days, for the week. I always tried to have 1 day off, but that was hard. If you're on a patch of gold, you didn't want to leave it, And, it sort of, goes from there. Like, I remember going over there, I think it was the first year, and we had a Falcon car towing an old caravan. And I got over there and I cracked the head, and it was running on 5 cylinders, and I didn't have the money to fix that car until I got home and sold some gold and, fixed it that way. It's, I see a lot of people, they'll go out and buy a good detector. They won't get or do any training on the machine to speed up the process. And then they'll go out and buy a $10 pick from a big box store. And, if you buy a good detector, you need a decent pick.
Yeah.
Don't skimp on training, a decent pick, a pinpointer. You need a bit of gear. But a lot of people will go out and buy a good detector, don't know how to use it. It sits in the cupboard. They get a bad experience, and then they don't take their prospecting journey any further. It's I don't know if I've waffled on too much there, but look at and never give up. I see this on tours where someone will say, "Oh, Joe's a lucky bugger. Look at all the gold he's finding," but they're sitting back at camp.
Yeah.
You've got to put the time in.
50% luck, 50% effort,
And knowledge comes into it too. But on the tours this year in WA, a lot of the gold we were finding was actually behind the caravans in dried up creeks, on the piles that they'd thrown out the miners, and that listen to what we tell you on the tours, because that's generally where the gold is. But we had a chap, I think Mum was saying today, email us and saying, do you think I could he was from overseas. Do you remember where he was from?
Zimbabwe, was it?
Oh, somewhere over there, yeah. And said, look, if I come to Australia, do you think I can make a living out of the gold? And it's only, like I've got some mates and that are full-time prospectors, and they're very good at what they do.
Yeah.
But it's like saying to me, can I build a house? I could probably build one, but that's not my expertise.
Yeah.
But I think if you're persistent and passionate about it, and you're a quick learner, you can find a bit of gold. And like I say on the tours, there's a reason gold is $5,300 an ounce. It's not laying around on top of the ground just like mushrooms waiting to pick it up. But to answer your question, look, start off with a pan, and work up from there.
That reminds me, I actually had a chap message us recently. He wants to sell 100 kilos of gold a week.
Okay, 100 kilos. Yeah.
It's worth a bit, hey?
I think I'd be XRFing that lot and drilling each bar.
Yes, we had to pay for the import for it to come from overseas.
Oh, sure. Another one. Okay, so we've got a video.
Yes, we're going to go to this tech-type video that wasn't working last week.
Okay.
So we'll jump over to that. It's a little bit windy, so be prepared.
Okay. Yeah, just walking along here, look down and said to Sam, there's a tektite right there. I haven't plucked it out of the ground yet, but when you look at it, they're pitch black. And I'll get it out now. Yeah, yep, that's one. See how it's smooth on that side? And if there was a bit of sun and you held it up to the sun, there'd be a green tinge to it. But that's what a tektite looks like. That's the tektite. Yeah, I think I mentioned last week what they are. It's when the meteorites hit the Earth, the slag melted material shot up into the atmosphere. As it was coming back, it's on fire, it's burning up, and they're like generally like little beads of black glass, like flat, like little saucers. That one was a little bit unusual shape. But I remember, I was talking to Sam and I said, look, there's a tektite. And he said, bull. I won't say what he said, but bull. He said, look. I pointed down and there it was. Yeah. That was the only one I found for the 3.5 months I was over there.
Yeah, you normally find a few more on that
I generally do, yeah. And they're in the showcase in the shop.
Yeah.
I remember one customer on one of my tours found this, she said, unusual rock, and she threw it to me, and it was a tektite, and it was about that big.
Wow.
And I said, that's a tektite. I said, it's probably worth $400 or $500, it was really nice. And that's my goal, is to find a big tektite.
Yeah.
Anyway, one day.
I'm going to have to bring out my rock collection in the coming weeks of what Sam and I found in WA.
Okay.
So a few different...
Did you find one?
Well, Sam was looking non-stop after that moment, and he found one on like our last day.
Oh, good.
So But yeah, if you hold them up to the sun,
Sun.
they have a green sort of tinge to them.
Yeah, on the edges,
Yeah.
it's like olivey green tinge to it. That's how you know it's a tektite.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so I think that's the end of our show, but we'll put the giveaway winner of the raspberry drops in the comments. So
And we'll
keep your eye out and
pick one out.
yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
All right.
Okay, we'll see you next Tuesday, guys. I took your line.
You did.
Okay,
See
see ya.
ya.